Garden of the Soul, Chapter 3, The Ember Bloom. The path did not lead away from what had been uncovered. It led through it. The keeper walked on, the memory of the roots still present, not as weight, but as awareness. The ground felt different now, not lighter exactly, but more honest. The light shifted as the path opened. Trees thinned. The air warmed, and ahead something moved. Not wind or shadow, something alive. The keeper slowed. The clearing revealed itself gradually, as though it had been there all along, simply waiting to be seen from the right angle. Stones circled the space, worn, deliberate, and placed by hands that understood time. Lanterns stood at the edges, unlit, yet somehow not dark, and at the center, it burned. A bloom unlike any the keeper had ever seen. Its petals were layered like flame, each one holding a glow that did not flicker, yet never remained still. Light rose from it in quiet spirals, embers drifting upward, dissolving before they reached the canopy above. It was not destructive, but it was not passive. The keeper stepped closer. The warmth met them before the light did. Not harsh and not overwhelming, but undeniable. The air here moved differently. Everything near the bloom seemed engaged. Leaves turned toward it. Stems leaned ever so slightly in its direction. Even the stones carried a faint warmth, as though they had been holding it for a very long time. The keeper knelt. There was no hesitation this time. No question waiting to be answered, only presence. The bloom responded, not by growing, and not by changing form, but by revealing itself more fully. The light deepened, the ember rose a little higher, and beneath it, roots, not tangled like the hush root, not hidden, anchored, steady. The keeper reached toward the edge of the bloom's warmth and felt it, a stirring. Not from the flower, but from within. Something long held began to move, not buried like before, and not quiet, alive. The keeper pulled their hand back, not in fear, but in recognition. This was not something to observe from a distance. This was something that required tending. The keeper looked around the clearing. Now the details became clearer. A small stone basin sat near the edge, filled with water that reflected the bloom, though the reflection never matched exactly. A pair of worn tools rested nearby, simple, used, not abandoned. And just beyond the circle of warmth, a leaf. Its edge slightly darkened, not burnt, but torched. The keeper understood. This bloom did not choose what it warmed. It simply was. And what it touched responded in kind. Left alone, it would not fade, but neither would it remain contained. The keeper rose slowly, then stepped closer. Closer than comfort, closer than certainty. The heat deepened, the air shifted, and the embers rose higher. And within that moment, the keeper chose, not to extinguish and not to retreat, but to tend. A small movement, a shift of space, a guiding of what reached too far. Not control, care. The bloom responded. Its light steadied. Its edges softened, and the embers no longer reached outward. They rose. The warmth remained, but now it held shape. The keeper stepped back. Nothing had been taken from this bloom. Nothing had been added, but something had changed. The fire had not been diminished, it had been understood. And in that understanding, it became something new. Not a force to fear, not a thing to hide, but a source. The keeper stood in the clearing for a while longer, watching the light move, feeling the warmth settle into something steady. Then, quietly, they turned back toward the path, and as they stepped away, the bloom remained, not reaching and not fading, but ready.